Hi, you guys. Okay, so we are talking about fear today and how detrimental it can be. Um, and yeah, so I spent the morning writing notes. Okay, I'm back, I guess. Sorry, my internet got weird. Anyways, so yes, we're going to talk about fear today. So fear, what really is fear? What is it? So I looked up the definition because I was curious, and it's an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that something is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat. So that can be so many things, and especially in our writing life, fear can be really scary, and it can be, I don't know, like it can just be this thing that's in our life that we think we have under control and we don't. So let's talk about things that like we're afraid of. I mean, are we afraid of success or failure? Or are we afraid of what other people think of us and what we write and what we post and things like that? So let's break that down. So I know a lot of us can be afraid of even not knowing it, being afraid of success and being afraid of when you finish that book, what next? You know, what if it goes big? What if it doesn't go big? You know, that's the fear of failure or success, you know. What does that do to our lives though? You know, if we're living thinking about things like that, what does it do to our lives? So it's scary, and it's scary to have that in your life and to have that be something that you're holding on to, whether you even think that you are or not. It's scary, and it harms you, and it keeps you from reaching for success as much as you could. And I think the biggest one for a lot of us is fear of what others will think. I know that's something that I've struggled with a lot in the past, is just really being afraid of, like, if I, sorry, my hair's wet and it looks weird. If I post something, what are people going to say about that? Or if I don't post something, what are people going to say about that? Especially in the last, month and a half, 2 months, with everything that's been going on Facebook, and authors calling out other authors and bloggers and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's scary to have to be like, okay, what if I post this, or what if I don't post that? Are people going to think less of me? Are they going to think that I don't care about these topics? So it's just, that's something I've been dealing with. And I'll be honest too, when I started taking the author coaching really seriously, I was very afraid. And I want to say, it took me a good year to get to the point where I was in December, where I said, hey, I am not going to let me being scared of this and what people think, or if what they think of what I offer, or anything like that, to hold me back from really pursuing something that I'm so passionate about. And it's been really freeing to let that fear go and let it propel me, let it propel me forward and move me into this new chapter of my life that I'm at. So let's talk about, your writing. And are you afraid of when you publish that no one's going to like it? Or are you afraid that people will compare you to others, or that your storyline's not original, or things like that? Those are definitely things that we've all thought at one point or another, right? Like, we've all thought of those things. We've thought, no one's going to read this. I'm going to put it out and I'm not going to sell any. I'll sell one to my mom and that's it. I've said those things to myself. I've 100% said, no one will buy this, and my mom and dad will be the only ones that purchase this. But that's no way to think, That's no way to think. Because in reality, you guys and me, we all have a story that we want to tell, and there's no such thing as an original storyline anymore. So it's just your take on whatever the story it is that you're writing. It's your take on it and how you make it yours, and your characters, and how well developed the storyline is. And so don't let that fear stop you from being great. Just stop being afraid, because you guys are awesome, and you're too awesome to let fear keep you from completing your manuscripts and posting blogs or things like that, posting your thoughts. I mean, I did talk about staying classy, and I still think that applies. But don't be afraid to post your thoughts about things either. You know, like on the other hand, you don't want to be part of a witch hunt. But if you have a clear and concise thought about something, it's okay to, you know, post that. If it's going to, what am I wanting to say? It's okay to post if it's not going to be part of the hate. You know, you always want to stay positive. Okay, so for me, I like to think of fear as more of a roadmap, or no, I mean a road marker in life, and something that tells me I'm on the right track. So when I get that feeling of, oh gosh, this is scary, then I know that I'm doing something right. And I think you guys should think that too, because when you have that fear, when you have that little voice inside telling you you're not good enough, it's because you're doing something awesome, right? It's because you're pursuing your dreams and you're reaching for things and you're trying to do something that you've never done before. And especially, you know, if you're writing your first book and you've never done it before, it's going to be scary and you're going to be afraid and you're going to be, that might cripple you at some point. And I don't want that to happen. So, yeah. So when that happens, you either need to, sorry, let me turn my pages of notes. Okay, so what to do when you feel the fear. So when you feel it, in some cases, just embrace it. Embrace the fear, embrace that feeling in your stomach of telling you that, oh gosh, this is scary. What if everybody hates it? And what if everybody, you know, nobody buys it and everybody leaves me bad reviews and all that kind of stuff. Embrace it. Embrace it. Make it yours. Own it and own that fear and push past it and get to a point where you're like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares if nobody buys it? Who cares if people leave me bad reviews? I did this because I wanted to, and I'm owning that. So that's what I want for you guys. I want you to own it. I want you to own everything you do. I want you to own it. I want you to own your outlines. I want you to own every chapter you write. I want you to own your edits. Everything, your whatever you're posting on Facebook, whatever you're blogging about, who you are, I want you to own it. I want you to be very authentic and be you. Okay, and if you've gotten to that point and you've tried to own it and you've tried to do all that kind of stuff, come to me or come to me at the beginning. I'm here for you, you guys. I'm here for you. I'm here for help. I'm here to talk through anything you need. And I want to come up with a plan for you guys to get you past it or to help you move beyond whatever it is that you're afraid of. And I've always said this to you guys. I'm here for more than just your writing. I'm here for the whole you. Every part of you. Your heart, your soul, your mind. I'm here for it. I'm here for anything that's going to get in the way of you writing and being amazing. So please, please do not hesitate to come to me if you are feeling like you're overwhelmed or scared, or you just feel like things are piling on and you don't know how to get out of it. So just come to me, okay? Here's one last thing I want to talk about in the fear. I had a conversation with probably more than one of you. I'd say a lot of you actually I've had this conversation with. I don't want you to let anybody else's expectations or dreams or hang-ups or any of that come before your own. I don't want you to live in somebody else's expectations of you. You know what I'm saying? I want you to pursue everything to the fullest. Not be afraid that, okay, well, this one person said that they don't like it, so I'm afraid, you know? And especially with beta readers and things like that, you know, there's always going to be people that don't like what you've written, and that's okay. If you can learn from those, then awesome. But if you can't, if it's just their opinion, then you don't have to take it. And that's the same with edits. Or, you know, if it's a family member telling you that they don't like the genre you're writing in because they don't think that it's appropriate for you to be writing it, or they don't like, you know, that you're writing in general using your real name, you know, or whatever. Or if it's a friend that's just always down on you, you know, don't live under somebody else's expectations. Just be you and be authentic and pursue everything to the fullest. Okay, so talking about expectations. Expectations versus reality. So I know I've definitely talked about this with a lot of you. The expectation of, how you want to write and the reality of how you're going to write. I don't want you guys to live in the past. I've heard this from everybody. Well, I used to be able to write, 15,000 words in a weekend, but now I can't seem to do it. Well, that's the past, and we can't live there anymore. We're not in the past. Even if it was like a month ago and you used to be able to do that, that's the past. We're not going to even talk about that anymore because it doesn't pertain to what's happening now. So I'm all about setting very realistic goals and expectations for you guys, and making sure that you're in the right mind frame and being positive. And that's another thing. I'm not going to listen to negativity anymore from any of you. I don't want to hear I can't, because I know you can, all of you. And I don't want to hear negative thoughts about your writing, because guess what? 90% of you, I'm reading your stuff and it's not bad. It's good. And I'm honest, and you guys know me, I'm always honest, and I will give you feedback and I will tell you what's not working. But I don't want to hear negativity from any of you anymore. I will not listen to it, and I will tell you to come back when you're ready to be positive. Because I just think that when you let that negativity in, it affects all of your life. And I just don't want that for you, and I don't want that for me. So we're just not going to have it anymore. Negativity does not live here. It lives somewhere else. It lives in the past, and that's not where we live anymore, right? We live now. Okay, so that's it. That is all the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I will be touching base again, and who knows, maybe I'll do another video tomorrow or Friday. Who knows? Because, it's vacation time and anything goes. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!